DeLongpre Park is one of those parks here in Hollywood that we've get numerous complaints about the homeless. Unfortunately, with the police, with the complaints that we get, with all of our cars out on the street that we're trying to manage our homeless problem, the homeless people like to hang out in our city parks.
DeLongpre, going back into the late 80s, early 90s, had a problem with drug dealing and prostitution and unsavory characters hanging around, to the extent that you couldn't take your kids there, you couldn't walk your dog, or you couldn't sit there and read a book without being harassed. And the neighbors, you know, one of the most prominent being Ferris Wiebe and his wife Debbie, they organize and galvanize a community, and the next thing you know, that park starts to change.
So this park was nothing but a nightmare for all of us, the neighbors here. We had drug dealing, prostitution. There was 3,000 arrests around this park in 1989. And what we did is the neighbors, a bunch of us got together, start walking the streets with the guardian angels. And every night we used to come here and patrol this park and get rid of the bad elements. And what we did then is we brought school children during the day here, and we created activities, ongoing activities. And what that did for us is, rather than the focus on just the bad element, there were kids here, parents here, and the bad elements did not want to hang around here. They went did their business somewhere else. So what happened is, after a lot of work and we cleaned up the park, a bunch of neighbors got together and we got money from the Community Redevelopment Agency, and we put this fence that you see around here. We also got money from the Department of Rec and Park when we put this new playground in here.
Prior to the Central Hollywood Neighborhood Council, our little DeLongpre Park did not have an advisory committee, even though it's a policy for most parks in the city to have an advisory committee. And through the Neighborhood Council, we put together that advisory committee. Now we have direct contact with Parks and Rec, with the Rangers. We have opportunities through the City Council, through Councilmember LaBonge's office, to improve the park.
In this area over here, the south side of the park, you are going to see a multi-purpose room that's going to house an intergenerational art program where the seniors and the kids will be here together doing art.
I've lived here since April of 1997, so about 6.5, 7 years, going on 7. The park kind of resembled the neighborhood in that it was kind of shady, just a lot of transient people walking by very frequently during the day. A lot of troublemakers in terms of loud people and, you know, people just messed up on drugs or whatever, and just a lot of shady looking characters around the neighborhood when I first moved here, and it's kind of cleared up since then.
Parks are really our anchor of the community. It's a symbolic location where people say, this is a clean, safe park I want to bring my kids to. It's a place where the public comes in and socializes with each other. We have to keep those parks absolutely clean of crime, clean of encampments, clean of drugs. They've got to be the perfect place where communities can feel safe in coming and socializing with their neighbors.
How you doing, sir? How are you? You look very comfortable, very cool. Are you? How about you? How you doing? Just enjoying the park today? Are you homeless? Are you?
Unfortunately, we're not going to solve the homeless problem. We're not going to solve the drug problem. We're going to solve the problem in this park. And it's a little bit at a time. It's 1 inch at a time, and it's a cinch by the inch, as they say. It's easy for them to come here, lie down on the grass, and I don't see a problem with that, but I see a problem when I see these two guys over there getting high. You know, I mean, that's a problem. When we have a multi-purpose center, there'll be more regular folks in the park. There'll be kids, seniors here in the park, and that will be what you will see from the street rather than just seeing the homeless. And most likely these homeless that are doing drugs, they will no longer do it here, and if they do, then they'll get arrested. This is something that a lot of the neighbors got together, and we were thinking, what can we do to solve this problem in this park? Because it's a beautiful place. It's a great asset for this neighborhood. If you want to live in Hollywood, then you better care and get out there and make a difference. Because, look, this area here, the only way it got to where it did many years ago because it was ignored. People didn't care. The reason it is where it is today because people cared. The reason it's going to get better is people like you going to get involved to make a difference. And if you don't make a difference, then you know what? You have no voice in all the changes that are going to happen. You can go on our website, chnc.org. You can call us, and we will get you involved. That's the only way we're going to succeed is the more people get involved, the faster we're going to succeed.